Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and I'm here with another video, and today was supposed to be a re-release of a pattern that got pushed to next week. So it's a Love Notions pattern and it's being re-released next week instead. They wanted to do a couple more tweaks, which actually gives me enough time to make another item. So that's very exciting. So that video will actually be up next Friday. So for today's Feature Friday, it's actually the Canyon cardigan, which is a lovely cardigan pattern. So, did she say this was maybe the first time they've done this as a Feature Friday? Maybe not. I may be imagining that. Anyway, lovely cardigan pattern. Perfect time of year to be making that, especially as we're going into the holidays, having that extra layer, no matter if you are in warm climate or the cooler climate, just kind of a great little layering piece. So yeah, $5 today, you just can't beat that price. I will leave it linked down below, but that is today's Feature Friday. And again, next week's Feature Friday is also a pattern re-release, and it's really good. So be excited for next Friday. Check back. Okay, so for today I decided, since we don't have a pattern release to share, even though we did have the one on Wednesday, the It's Just Stitch, the Pois. I'm probably saying that wrong. Pouse? Maybe it's Pouse? I don't know. Anyway. Jacket, which I have been loving wearing mine and hope you guys enjoyed that one as well. But for today I decided, well, I might as well go ahead and show you guys. I've got plans to make 3 things for my kids. So 2 things for my son and 1 thing for my daughter. So I thought I'd talk you through those plans today, because my hope is to get these through, not necessarily by Christmas, although I mean, I do nothing the week between Christmas and New Year's. It's like my thing. But we'll see. These are not gifts for them for Christmas. They know that they're coming. I guess I could wrap them up, but I'm not going to put that kind of pressure on myself. If they don't get finished by Christmas, it's fine. They'll get them in January. These are not necessarily gifts. So these are just things they've requested. We're getting into that weather where I just want to hunker down and into my sewing room and do some sewing and all that kind of stuff. And I think I will have some winter sewing to do for myself. Still, I am going to show you guys my fall wardrobe maybe next week. Yeah, so that is what I'm going to show you and talk you through today. What was I going to say? Something, a thought just flew out of my brain that I was going to share with you guys. Oh! Okay, so Sundays this month. Normally Sundays are my day for a sew along or a sewing tutorial. And we finished a sew along and then I did the Bowden dress and show you how to do that. Also on that video, okay, my address was randomly on the top of a box. It's from my roving that I got for my spinning wheel, and I've got my cold yarn in it now. Anyway, the lid was propped up just right. You could totally, I might have well had a placard with my address on it. So I went back and blurred it out through the editing on YouTube. Like YouTube has its own editing and I can go through and blur that. Something got messed up and now I have a blurred box on my face for the first part of that video. I cannot get it off. But the important thing is I'm just leaving it now. So, and it's only the beginning intro and then it's just where it's supposed to be the rest of the time. I have no idea what happened there, but it's there. We're just going to ignore it. I can't figure out how to get it off now. So I blurred the area that needed to be blurred. I want to keep the video up because it's great. So yeah, I don't know why the box popped up on my face just in that first little section, but it did. And anyway, so we're going to ignore that. But Sundays going forward, for December, I have decided to give myself a little bit of a break. It's just been, you know, when you have your own job, you're self-employed, is what I'm trying to say. When you're an entrepreneur and you're self-employed, it's really hard to take vacation because even on the times where I am gone, I have to do, and I guess that's not too uncommon to have to do a lot of work going up to taking vacation and then having stuff when you get back. But I've been going pretty hard all year, which is fine. I absolutely love this job. It's been phenomenal. So I've actually, the sew-alongs are what takes the most work. The tutorials, the sew-alongs, they take the most work in filming and in editing. But I decided in December, I was trying to decide what I wanted to do for the next sew-along. I'm like, I'm just gonna take the month of December off for sew-alongs on Sundays. We'll start that back up in January and we'll continue normal in January. But for December, instead of doing sew-alongs and tutorials on Sundays, I thought that I would just do a little bit of a vlog on Sundays. So I am not doing Vlogmas this year. It just really messed with the algorithm, me posting every single day, and screwed so much of the channel up from a back end perspective, not anything you guys would see, for months at the beginning of the year last year. Anyway, I decided to not do Vlogmas, but instead, because I do like, you know, the holiday season and talking to you guys, and I do miss doing some of those vlogs. So I thought instead, I'll just post like a weekly vlog. They may be kind of long. We'll just, I mean, it kind of depends on the week. But I'm going to go all the way through the month. So the last video may show up in January, because I think New Year's Day is a Saturday, so maybe on the 2nd I'll have one, you know, from that whole point. So that's the plan for December and right in the beginning of January, and then we'll go back to having the sew-alongs on Sundays. So yeah, I'm just gonna have some vlogs that pop up on Sundays going forward, and then Tuesdays and Fridays will be my normal videos that I've got stuff planned. So we're just changing things up just a little bit. It takes a little bit of stress off my plate, actually quite a bit. Then I don't have to worry, even think about sew-alongs now until the first of the year. And then I can have all that planned out and all ready to go, and everything will be good once the new year hits. So that is the plan with the sew-alongs going forward through the end of the year. Okay, that's a lot of blabble. 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, let's get into sewing. So I'll start with my daughter, and then we'll move on to the two things I'm making my son. So my daughter, she was asked what she wanted for Christmas from her grandparents on both sides, and if there were any clothing items she wanted. And she's like, honestly, she's like, you know, some of my store-bought stuff's fine. She's like, I just really prefer the things that you make, Mom, which is very kind. But also there's a time there. You know, I mean, I can't make everybody's clothes in our family, or have no time to do anything else. But still, like, I'm happy to make things for her. She's not a hard body to fit, but kind of. She's an hourglass shape. You guys have seen my daughter. Small waist, you know, big waist to hip ratio. She's busty, and she has a very long torso. So she was talking through that, and I said, well, is there something in particular you would like? You know, I've got some t-shirts and some shirts that I'm still making for her that sew up pretty quickly. But I was like, is there anything, you know, like a pair of jeans? Because I have leggings I still need to make her. I am very much behind on everything. I promise I will show you a lookbook for her here soon. Anyway, she's like, well, you know, one thing I've really been wanting. I was like, oh yeah, what is it? And she's like, a tailored blazer. And I'm like, oh, right, a tailored blazer. I've completely created a couture bespoke monster. I readily agreed that I am the cause of all of this. But I'm like, okay, so I have this wool from Minerva, and I was gonna make, you guys have seen it before, I was gonna make a Langan coat, an itch to stitch Langan coat, because she thought she wanted a fit and flare coat. And I said, okay, I've got this wool. It was purchased with her in mind, or not purchased, this is for the Minerva blog. So I got this for her though, with her in mind. I said, what do you want? Do you want a blazer, or do you want a coat out of it? And she decided she wants a blazer. So we're making her a blazer in this gorgeous wool suiting from Minerva. I will leave it linked below. I think it's a Lady McElroy, to be honest. I could be wrong, but I think it is. But it's this beautiful check, and the green, this like soft green is the color of her eyes. It's a good color. This all is in her color palette. It has a little orange, like a rusty orange that's in there, which is not in her color palette, but I mean, it's a very small little thing. So this is what we're going to be doing, the Jessica blazer for her. So I'm using this for the outer fabric, obviously. And then I have some gray Bimberg, I think it's Bimberg, or maybe this may be an acetate. This may be an acetate. It's lining from my stash. There's quite a bit here that I'm gonna put with that. So that's gonna be the lining. And then I actually, the last Jessica, I've made this pattern quite a few times. Maybe just twice. But the last time I made it for my mom, her black one, I bought 2 tailoring kits just so I had everything I needed. I mean, I have probably most of this in my stash, but like the sleeve heads are already made for you, and it's a good size shoulder pad, and the twill tape's in here. I don't know. I just went ahead and bought the tailoring kit, all the fusible interfacings that she uses, but I have a second one here, and I am going to be making one for myself at some point if I can stop making it for everyone else, but I think this will be a really good fit for her because this pattern comes with cup sizes. So I'm gonna make a muslin for her because I probably am going to have to lengthen the waist a little bit just so where it nips in actually nips in at her waist. But we'll play around with it. I won't do any of that. I'll make the body of the jacket in a muslin form for her before I do anything, and we'll decide if I want to lengthen that or not. But yeah, I have the tailoring kit, and then I've got these buttons, these leather buttons in my stash that I think would look really good with that as well. They're vintage ones. They're just in my stash. I've got more, but that's what I think I'm gonna do for her. So that's going to be an involved project. If you've ever made the Jessica blazer, it has 857 pattern pieces, which, you know, it's a lot because I'm gonna have to have the pattern printed off for her or printed off myself because I've got my own that I've got fitted for me and I've got my mom's, but obviously she's a much smaller size than I am. It's just a lot of pieces. Now when you go to cut everything out, there's like a separate piece for all the interfacing pieces, especially when you're building in the shaping and the front of the jacket. So that's very helpful that you're not having to like, everything's already printed off for you. You know, and everything's got its own pattern piece. Even the lining has its own pattern pieces. So you're not like having to cut out, you know, this piece out of fashion fabric and out of lining, you know, sometimes that can get confusing. I don't think. There may be a couple pieces that way, but for the most part, it's kind of nice. It's nice once you get to cutting, but the cutting and the fusing of this jacket probably take more time than the sewing. But anyway, I'm very excited about that. I've had a lot of people ask questions about doing sew along for the Jessica. Closet Core Patterns actually has a class you can buy, and she walks you through the Jessica blazer from start to finish. I've not taken it, but I've heard phenomenal things about it. So if that is something that you're interested in trying, maybe a New Year's resolution for next year, I would highly recommend putting that class on your Christmas list or, you know, whatever. But I've heard very, very good things about that she really walks you through holding your hand all the way through. Okay. I'm just gonna pull this chair up to stick that over there. Okay, so that is for my daughter. We'll get that done. And actually, I'm gonna do the stuff for my son first because bless his heart, he's been so patient. So my son, he is, you guys good to see, you don't see him very often on the channel. He is coming in at like 5'7" now probably. 5'6.5", 5'7". We're still growing. He's not going to be a large man, but still growing. My husband's 6 feet tall, but I don't think that he will hit 6. I don't think he'll hit 6 feet. But he is built just like my husband. So like long torso. If you look at pictures of my husband when he was this age, skeletal from the waist up. Although from the waist down, they carry muscle. Even the pictures of my husband when he, you know, was in high school and stuff, same thing. Like almost flat Stanley from the waist up, like just no muscle whatsoever. But then the waist down, like they don't, you know, my husband didn't have like stick legs or super skinny stick legs. They were like normal legs, you know, normal rear end. And my son plays soccer, so he actually has a rather muscular rear end legs because that's the part of his body he works out the most, playing travel soccer. Anyway, that means in order for pants to fit him, his waist is non-existent. He is the smallest waist. I had to take in his soccer tights. So they're basically leggings, but like athletic tights that he wears underneath his soccer shorts when we're in the cold weather, to play. And they fit him, you know, they're men's tights, running tights, whatever you want to call them, that fit like they're supposed to, like a legging on his legs and butt. And then it was like comical. So once it got up over his butt, it was just, there was no hugging of him whatsoever. It was just like this floppy waistband that's just elastic. I had to take the waistband off. I'm gonna just start making him, I think, from here on out. It would be easier. I took the waistband off, shortened the elastic 3 inches, and then put it back on the pants, and now it at least sits against his body. So, he is asked for a pair of pants. He wears elastic waist, drawstring, athletic pants every day. He does not even wear jeans. But I came across, he does really enjoy the Wardrobe by Me patterns for men. I've made him a couple of things from them, and he really likes those. And so I purchased in the Black Friday the Chino pants, their Chino pants. And I bought him, because he's very particular, he hates when things don't have enough like give and stretch. So we bought some stretch corduroy from StyleMaker in this. I did not buy this Black Friday. I bought this a little while ago. I must have purchased then, okay, so these Wardrobe by Me patterns I did not purchase in Black Friday. I purchased these before, which I haven't gotten them sewn up yet. I should have waited till Black Friday, but oh well. And this was all purchased before. So I kind of wanted to maybe get the pants before Thanksgiving, but I just didn't get on it in enough time, so. Navy blue corduroy, he picked out the corduroy. It's a wider wale, if you can kind of see. A little bit wider wale corduroy, and it's got stretch, like a 30% stretch in there that I think is going to be enough for him to just be able to move. So these are going to be, you know, pants for church, for Christmas, anything that he needs to get a little bit more dressed up for, so that he's not wearing athletic pants all the time. And I'm kind of hopeful if we can make this work, that maybe I can just get some really stretchy denim and actually make him jeans. I have the Thread Theory, both their jean patterns. They have like one that's more of a skinnier cut and one that's a little bit more relaxed. I've got both of those, and I could make him a pair, but he really likes these Wardrobe by Me patterns, so we'll see. So that is the first thing, and this is probably the first thing I'll make for him. I say that. It may be this next thing I make first, but I am going to sew for him first just because he's been very patient. So corduroy pants for my son, the Chinos by Wardrobe by Me. And then he, bless him, was really wanting a jacket. He has got a winter coat that's like a quilted down winter coat, knocking things on the floor, that's like a thinner quilted coat, but still will take him the distance for the super cold weather that we get here. But their high school is so large. They have lockers, but there is not, and they have 10-minute passing periods, but there are so many. My kid's high school has almost 6,000 students at it, which is insane. Insane. But yes, we have almost 6,000 students at our high school. So getting through the hallways, and it's a very big, I mean, it's a college campus. The building's huge, but even just getting through from one class to the next, because the hallways are so packed, it takes you the full 10 minutes. So no one has time to go to their locker, from what I'm being told by my children. So you carry everything on your back and you just don't go to your locker. And I even asked them, like, well, what about your coat? And they're like, no, there's no time. So we just wear our coats or carry them with us throughout all day. My son carries his trumpet around with him all day on the days he has band, which is crazy. Their lunches stuffed in the backpack, carried around all day. Crazy. Anyway, he was wanting a jacket, a warm jacket that they also say that the school's pretty cold in the winter, just because, you know, heating and cooling a large building can be difficult. But for standing outside, waiting for the bus and all that sort of thing. And he has one that I made him that is just too small now. But this is, and I can't remember the name of the pattern. I'll pop a picture of the pattern here. It's a hoodie that he liked. So he likes the hood on it. He likes the little extra pocket. It kind of looks like the Patagonia. He has a Patagonia vest that it kind of reminds him of. They have a vest pattern too, actually, that I was tempted to buy. I didn't, but I was tempted. Anyway, and then we picked out this fabric. And guys, this fabric is so good. This is the Sherpa lined fleece from StyleMaker Fabrics. I think this is the only color she has left. She had it in a few, like quite a few different colors, and then it sold out, all of it, and then she got more back in, and I think this is the only color that's left in this charcoal gray. But it is Sherpa lined. It's so soft, like a Sherpa fleece lined on one side and then just like your regular fleece on the other. It is so soft. My son is very tactile. He's very excited about this coat. He just thinks it's so lovely. So we're gonna put the fuzzy side on the inside of the hoodie and then the flatter side on the outside. And then he wanted lime green accents. So I went to Wawak and got a separating zipper in this apple green, which I think is gonna be really fun. And then there are some invisible zippers that you also need. And I also got the apple green because I thought that'll just be fun to be able to see. And it's the same. I think it's called spring green. Wawak is a great place to buy zippers. But I've got 3 of the invisible zippers and then the separating zipper. And then I just got on Amazon and ordered some like apple lime green shoestrings for the hood. Now, you can tell that that is not the same color. This is brighter. But we both agreed that once this is in the hood for the drawstring, you're not going to be able to really tell. So he is very excited about his gray hoodie with the lime green accents. And I'm excited to make it for him. Because bless him, he just doesn't, he wears athletic clothes and just prefers the, I shouldn't even say brand names because he's not super brand conscious other than he loves the way the Under Armour pants fit him. So he's just more particular about fit and because he's hard to fit and that sort of thing. So I am so excited to make him this jacket and to make him the pants. The pants are more for me because I want him to have nice pants that he'll actually wear and be comfortable in. This jacket is something that he completely picked out. I also, though, when we have the Black Friday, I bought stuff in Black Friday sales, and I have another jacket that I'm making for him, which I'm also very excited because he had seen a jacket at school and was trying to describe it to me, what it looked like and what he wanted, and we went fabric shopping on Thanksgiving, I think, online, and found it at Joann's, and he picked that out and the pattern. He's like, yes, that's exactly what it was. And that's what I want. So I'll be making, it's kind of a bomber style jacket for him as well. So yeah, that's very exciting. And I'll share that when I do my Black Friday haul. Okay, that's all I have for today. I will be back on Sunday with the first of the Vlogmas's vlogs. It'll just be, you know, one day, but not a week's worth because I'm not filming until the 1st, but, or I started filming on the 1st. You're seeing this on the 3rd. Anyway, be taking you through my week. And so yeah, that's what we do going forward. Tuesday might be my fall clothing because next week is when the, Everyday Style winter capsule comes out next week. And so on the 8th. And so, and I purchased in the Black Friday sale, I purchased the year's worth of capsules. And so I'm really excited. And I wanna show you what I made for fall and been wearing for fall before I dig into what I'm gonna be making and doing for my winter wardrobe. Which I would think that we're starting to get to a point of things just, you know, carrying over from season to season. But anyway, very excited to share that with you. Okay. That's all I've got. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. You get some sewing in, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Bye.